Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Triple P and J, episode number 34.
Hey!
I missed the first part of Am I the Asshole? So here we are for part 2. I'm back in it this time. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, don't forget like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell at the top so whenever we post new content, you guys are getting that in your feeds. So yeah, let's ring it on in. And
Happy Halloween, by the way.
Happy Halloween!
yep, all the spooky things and whatnot. So, first on the list.
Bing! You missed last time, so you gotta read first.
Good, because all my shit's not as exciting as theirs. So, let me get mine out. Hey.
And you gotta read the whole thing.
Let's see. All right.
You start with the name.
The name.
We'll just read it as it says verbatim.
Oh, I didn't know there was a name on it.
Yeah,
There's
title.
The title.
Oh, the title is Am I the Asshole for Not Wanting My Neighbor's Kid in the Same Class as My Daughter? I don't know. Anywho, so the story goes, she said, my 4-year-old daughter is friends with our neighbor's 4-year-old. So whenever we're outside, they usually come over and play, which I have no problem with. Recently, they enrolled their daughter in the same daycare as mine since, they're both 4 and they're in the same class. I did recommend it since it's hard to find a good daycare with great teachers. The other day, they said that they wanted to enroll their daughter in gymnastics class and wanted her in the same class as ours. To me, this feels a little too much and some space would be appreciated. We are next door neighbors. They see them often. Sometimes we have other people over. The grandparents just come over to the grandparents just come over to our playground and don't leave. I guess they're...
Yeah, they can't spell on some of those.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm illiterate. They treat our property like a public playground. I don't care if they enroll in gymnastics and why the same class. I want my daughter to make new friends. Am I the asshole for thinking this way? How do you even handle this type of situation? I hate to create any unwanted problems. For one, I feel like you don't self-invite yourself to other people's property.
That
Right.
part.
I feel cool, great, we're friends, but it's
Yeah,
the
we're
same way.
neighbors and
Like,
all, but stay in your area, please.
Or ask me before you come over.
Right.
Like, give me a call, shoot me a text message.
or say, hey, is it cool if like my kids play on your playground or whatever,
Right.
or play?
Because no, it ain't cool.
Right. That's like people pulling up to your house and they didn't say shit. They just pull the fuck up.
Right, don't do
If
that.
y'all don't have that type of relationship, or y'all don't
Don't
know
do
what
that.
it is, don't do that.
But, on the other hand, if the two kids are friends, they want to do extracurricular stuff together, I don't see how that's a problem.
Especially if the kid's like asking, like, can I do this because she's doing it? Or
Right.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's a problem. So I'm kind of 50-50.
But did they
Yes.
ask?
No, I don't think they asked though, because from what it says is like they would want some space. They said we are next door neighbors. They see them often, but their grandparents came over with their kids to play on your
See
Place it.
that going back to the first part.
yeah.
That's
And then they
Not
said
cool.
they treat their
Go the fuck home.
property like a public playground.
and that's not cool either.
Mhm.
It's different when like the kids are just all together playing in your yard and it's like the
Yeah.
kids came and asked, but just to treat it like a
Bring 'em
public,
over.
yeah, like it's just anybody can have access to it.
I put a fence around my shit.
That.
That's
Privacy.
how another one was. There was another story saying about some shit like that.
So I'm 50-50 on this one. It's not black or white on this
It's
one.
like I think just consent,
Yeah, give consent. If you ask permission, I'm cool with that.
establish some ground rules.
But if your
Right.
child likes being friends with the other kid, then
They want to do shit together.
That's fine. I ain't gonna say nothing because if I just happen to look in my backyard, my kids are playing with the neighbors and my stuff. Cool. I don't have a problem with that. Personally. But if my kids are inside or they're like somewhere else, maybe with like mom or whatever,
Right.
and then they just come and they just playing on my backyard.
you
No.
don't know if my kids are in trouble and they think I'm doing this to traumatize them or something.
And then
Oh damn,
If
that'd
they
be some
get
petty shit.
injured on your property, you're responsible for that.
Man, no, the fuck I'm not. Not with my
Yeah,
damn
the fuck
kid.
you are.
Hell no. See, that's where the ground rules come into effect because
Mm.
I'm about to make them sign some shit. Here, you can play on my playground, but the moment some shit happen,
Right, because if you catch the right one, like they'll file it on your homeowner's insurance, and then you've got to pay that.
and then it's just your word against our word, and then
Right.
you know how that shit go in court of law.
Nowhere.
So, I'm 50-50
Nowhere.
on this one. You're
Yeah.
not an asshole for not wanting people on your property for random fucking reasons, but you are a bit of an asshole for not wanting your kids to do extracurricular stuff together.
I think it's your fault that you.
Okay.
I feel like it's their fault that they didn't establish any kind of boundaries.
Right.
They should have set that from the get go.
Right.
Like I understand, like things kind of just progress over time, but some people don't have the hint of like they don't respect people's space, so they just kind of think everything's okay.
Yeah, they're cool, so I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah, they're cool. They don't mind.
No, you're not.
You
You're
don't
not,
see me?
you're not coming.
Ass.
Playground's closed today.
It's a crack pipe on a playground.
Johnny, what is this? Why does it got a needle on it?
I found a syringe.
Johnny should have stayed her ass at home.
So, what do...
I got one more.
Are we in agreement?
I think it's
Oh.
Yeah, that's like a
I
50-50.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not really, but kind of at the same time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Willis.
Oh,
you
we're
first?
doing that.
So, we're going to go around.
Cool.
Yeah. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for calling my neighbor and her daughter entitled spoiled brats?
Nope.
We don't even know yet.
What's the story, Willis?
I have. What the fuck did you do? There we go. I have a certain necklace that's very special to me. It's not expensive or anything. It's just a pendant with a snake design on a leather string. Okay. When I was younger, one of my uncles and I read The Never-Ending Story together, and he gave me the necklace, the one that the main character in the story wears. Since I love the book so much, my uncle passed away on my birthday that year, not long after giving me the necklace. These days, the necklace is my safety item. The fuck?
It's like a comfort thing, I guess.
Sure, okay. It helps me feel secure. It's sort of my tribute to my uncle, and I wear it every day. 2 days ago, my neighbor and her kids, a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 10-year-old, so you fucked already,
She said 3 or 2 kids.
3.
3,
Oh,
came over to our house for a while. My 9-year-old neighbor found the necklace while I was showing the kids my room and really liked it, and asked if she could hold it. I told her she could, but then she held it for the rest of the visit and refused to give it back. Oh no. I told
that's where the story should have ended.
Give it here.
I told her when they were about to leave that I needed it back, but she said that my necklace is really cool and she wanted it. I told her she could buy her own, but she didn't want to wait.
This is the kid.
Uh-huh.
Your shit mine now.
With the damn shot, girl. If you don't take your necklace.
It keeps going. When I told her more firmly, she started screaming and crying. Her mom and my mom came in asking what was wrong. I told her she couldn't keep my necklace. My neighbor was mad at me and told me it's just a necklace.
Girl, go
Bitch,
get
I
that
wasn't
one.
lying.
I am a 16-year-old female. Her mom and my neighbor was mad at me and told me it's just a necklace and that I'm older so I need to share. My mom's tried cutting in to tell her that the necklace is mine, but my neighbor wouldn't listen and called me a bully.
I see what the problem is.
After a minute, I just snapped. I asked her why she was encouraging her entitled, spoiled brat of a daughter. Then I added, maybe it's because you're spoiled and entitled too.
Let that bitch know.
Amen. Everyone was shocked after I said that because normally I'm the type to stay quiet. My mom acted annoyed at me until the neighbors left. After they were gone, though, she said she couldn't blame... Alright, I had to change screens. Where are we at? Where are we at? Shit. She couldn't blame...
It's me trying to help him sound the words
I
out.
ended up getting my necklace back. Oh, I fucked it up. Okay, here we go. Gone. She said she couldn't blame me. Ended up getting my necklace black. So back.
Black.
Thank you, black. I ended up getting my necklace back, so everything turned out fine. But I'm starting to feel a little bad over this. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, the fuck you're not.
Girl, fuck the kid at her mama.
You a bit of a puss for not fucking slapping the fuck out that
Thank you. I was about
child.
to
Then the
say.
girl would have been on the ground.
Why? First of all, no, you're not
Why?
the asshole. But why did you let her hold this necklace that meant so much to you?
Why are you arguing with a 9-year-old?
Right.
Why are you trying to let me? Why Why are you letting people invalidate how you feel? Ain't no way. It couldn't be me.
9,
I
10.
want to hold it a little longer. Bitch, give me my shit back.
You were a 16-year-old child. You could have beat the fuck out
That's
of
what
that.
I said. I said the story should have ended right there.
Right there. And called it a day.
Right.
I'm a fan of Never-Ending Story myself. Beat that
Oh,
little 9-year-old.
Right.
she
And
was
her-
out the window.
done.
Because
And
Willis is
then-
about to end that story right
real
here.
fast. And then like her fucking mama, oh no.
Why can't she hold it?
No.
Go get her one.
Your mama needs
And
to
why are
beat
you-
her ass.
And why are you broke? Why can't you buy your own child one?
Right. Go on.
Tell me to get
Yeah.
one.
You're not.
Bro, I would have stomped the hole in the little 9-year-old. Don't question me, bitch.
You're like, I'm your elder.
Give it here.
No.
So, no.
No, you're
asshole.
not
What's
the
her
ass.
name?
We don't know. She didn't say.
No, you're not the asshole at all.
She's just a 16-year-old
You should
female.
have punted that little bitch across the room.
Across
Back to
the
the
room.
house. She'll see you at home.
Right.
Gots to go.
Yep. That's what you call a semen demon.
Amen.
That part.
Little fucking crotch critters. Ugh.
I thought you were gonna say goblin, but the critters got it from you.
Ugh.
So we all
Stand
agree.
Yeah, yes.
Absolutely not.
You're not the asshole.
Okay, so my first one is: am I the asshole for telling my sister her rules/boundaries for her babysitter just sounds dumb? My sister is currently looking for a babysitter for her 4 children. She has
Bitch, find a hobby and not dick, okay?
Girl, it's called birth control.
she has a
Pop that sleeve in.
2, 4, 5,
Girl, you just popping that thing.
and 10-year-old.
Oh, she can't wait.
Oh.
I'll drop you off at the fire department, you off at the hospital, you off at the hospital across
You
town.
can go to grandma's.
Oh, fuck that
The
noise.
10-year-old, he gonna say you on your own.
You gots to go.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Go
sorry.
get a job.
She works full time,
Yes,
and so does her husband, so I would understand why she would be interested in one. But when I heard her rules, I laughed in her face. These are the rules: must be able to clean and make food.
No, man. She want a nanny. I'm not a nanny.
Must have a college degree, any of them.
Damn.
No social media accounts.
ICDC college.
No drinking or smoking. No tattoos or piercing, even ones you can't see.
What?
How you gonna know they're there?
Right.
Must have their own transportation so they could go to the park.
They gonna have a regular full-time
That's
job at this
valid.
point.
That one's valid.
Girl, lead a van.
Must run some of my sister's errands.
Oh, fuck no!
So she needs an assistant.
She needs an
This
assistant.
bitch need a
nanny.
nanny. Fuck.
You.
She would need a
Paul.
she would need a background and a drug test. Must be Catholic.
To watch the
Whoa,
kids.
whoa.
To watch the kids.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
you-
must be Catholic, because obviously, like, some Catholics and Pentecostals think like that.
Girl, fuck them kids.
She said
You better get the 10-year-old to watch the other 3.
And
must be Catholic. Must be able to teach kids how to potty in the toilet.
oh fuck no.
Must be able to put kids to bed before she gets home. Must be able to have at least 3 professional references. Must be able to text her at least every 30 minutes.
What?
To check in on a daily basis.
Oh, she completely out of pocket.
Must be able to make her husband's food for his lunch and her children.
No
And
ma'am.
finally, they can't have a partner in their life as
Oh.
their babysitting.
No ma'am.
What? Okay.
You better
I'm
go.
trying to-
Hold on. To top it all off, she's only willing to pay $150 to $200
A day?
a week.
Girl, please.
You.
Girl, please. You better quit your job and watch the kids yourself.
She needs someone to work Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
That is slave labor.
For $150 a week? I gotta do the math on this one here.
It's $7.25.
Hold on, wait a minute. She said 6 to 8?
Yes.
That's, okay, so
14 hours.
Oh, hold up. So that's Monday through Friday. So 14
Time
times 5. That's 70 hours and you only getting paid $150?
Uh-huh. Divide 150 by
By 4.
70. No, you had it right. 150 divided by 70.
Ooh, it's fucking.
What the fuck are you doing?
Bitch, the math, it's not adding up. That's what. So she's getting paid $2.14 an hour.
Shit, that's the math ain't adding up. Look at this. $2.14 an hour.
Girl, you make more than McDonald's.
Oh,
Keep reading.
oh, where was I at?
Fuck that job. That'd be the quickest fuck that job ever.
I told her she
He
needs
said
to
the
go
math.
higher, especially for the 4 kids they're basically raising in the rules you are making. I hope you guys laughed at that. I hope you guys had the same reaction I did. I laughed in her face and told her that that was the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. And now my mother...
Yeah, that's the kids cheering for you, bitch.
And now my mother is telling me that I am in the wrong.
No.
That I'm not a mother and I don't know what it's like to worry and want the best for my child's life.
You want the best for great value prices.
Hold on. Let me get finished with this. I'm not sure how to go about the situation because nobody is on my side. Please, someone tell me, am I the asshole for laughing at her rules? Am I in the wrong for telling her she is dumb and there's no actual way she'll find anyone anytime soon?
No,
Honey.
because there's no actual way she's gonna find anyone anytime soon.
You
At all.
you are perfectly fine. You are perfectly
That
fine.
lady is delusional and deranged.
I will say you are the asshole for not slapping some fucking sense into her ass. However,
Thank you, Willis.
what was it? Unlock your phone.
$2.14.
$2.14.
Well, if you round up the two.
Fuck
No.
around it. $2. And you want this person to have a college degree?
Make your husband lunch before he goes
Fuck
to work.
you. Exactly. Make the husband lunch.
Potty train the kids. That's
Fuck you.
$500 worth of work right there.
No lover.
Fuck you and your stupid cunt.
I can't even vent about your badass kids.
Right.
No.
And I gotta be a college graduate.
And I gotta text you every 30 minutes.
And I gotta have a
Lord.
van to haul all your fucking heathens. Fuck
And you care if I have a tattoo on my chest you can't see?
Bye.
Fuck all you. Just fuck all that.
And the
Fuck.
fact that was it her mom that said she stood behind her? Oh, your mama ain't shit either.
Your mama asshole.
Yeah.
Mom's an asshole.
Yep.
Girl, Triple P and J got your back.
Mm-hmm.
We'll show up.
Right, where the bitch at?
We're here to take care of your kids.
No, we're not. No, we are not.
I can't go to prison.
Again, I say, you get dropped off at the fire station, you get dropped off at this hospital, you get dropped off at that hospital, and you go to the grandmama, because apparently the grandmama knows everything else. Fuck them.
Drop him off. Yeah, the grandmama. Her mama.
Take them to church. They obviously love it there.
Matter of fact, why she couldn't find somebody from the church since they gotta be Catholic?
Right, they so nice, ain't they?
Find some old woman who ain't got nothing else to do. Apparently she wants to do. That got me
You
heated.
should have kept your fucking legs down, bitch.
Exactly.
They'll pay you with the tithes.
No. Jalisa.
Okay, so am I the asshole for not taking a blind child to the pool?
Oh.
Okay, so it goes. We
How
got
does that work?
Hang on.
we got one last really nice warm day, and I said I would take my son and his friends to the pool this morning. When he was texting everyone, he told me one of his friends had a cousin over and asked if we would be able to take her as well. I asked how old is the cousin and if she knows how to swim. He said 10 and yes, so I said of course. We get to the house and I meet this cousin, and she's blind. Right away, I felt nervous. I was going to have 6 kids with me and no other adults.
Ooh.
I've always been a little neurotic about water safety. My son is a great swimmer, and so are his friends, but I've never met this girl before, and I don't know if she's a strong swimmer. I was worried that I would be constantly watching her the whole time, and that would mean I wasn't paying enough attention to the other kids. I decided to take the kids to the park instead. The kids complained, but I said there was a problem at the pool, and they got over it. 8-year-olds have a short attention span anyway. The cousin is getting along with the boys, even though she's a couple years older. I did text all the parents to let them know where we are for safety. The aunt of the little girl texted back asking me what happened to the pool plan. I texted back and decided that I decided on the park instead. She asked why, and I said 6 kids at the pool is a lot, and the park is stressful. She asked if I didn't take them to the pool because her niece is blind. I said 6 kids in water with 1 adult is just a lot. She said I was fine with 5, so it seems obvious I just didn't want to watch the blind child in water. I responded that even if that's true, which yeah it is, I just didn't want to admit it, would that really be so bad? If I'm not comfortable in my ability to keep the kids safe in water, I shouldn't supervise them in water.
Right.
That's very valid.
She said if I can't keep kids safe in water, I'm a bad mom and that I was being a bitch to a 10-year-old. I like this girl. She was so sweet, but I get anxious about water safety. Am I being a bitch? Should I take them to the pool?
No. Fucking shit.
No.
Because if that child drowned, it's on you.
You
Right,
like, little
then-
Annie, blind Annie. Drowned in the pool.
Did the mama take the
Eddie, swim this way.
No.
Eddie, swim this way.
This way.
Follow the sound of my voice.
Feel the waves.
Feel the waves.
Like I'm sitting, that would be like the ultimate game of Marco Polo.
This way.
And he floating the other direction.
We are making fun of
Oh,
a
shit, he
disabled
goes to the
child.
toilet.
I know we are making fun of disabled child,
Shit,
but
they put it on the
they
internet.
put it on the internet.
She said, am I being a bitch? No.
I think anybody with common sense that it was taking
It's 6 kids.
That
you know them
alone.
badass kids.
Running around.
bad.
Now she floating up, floating upside down in the pool. Cause she blind and she don't know which way the water goes.
Damn, not floating upside down.
Blind Annie. I was over here.
Just duct tape a floaty to him.
Which way into the water?
Just duct tape a noodle or something.
Just if you would have took the kid to the pool, just make sure it just
She in the low end. She in the shallow end.
just dip your toes in there. That's it.
Just put him in a kiddie pool or something.
Right. Or don't. Or like you did, don't take her.
Right.
I commend
Take
her
him to
for
the
that.
shower. Take him to the shower and tell him
do.
it's the pool.
She said you just
Right.
didn't want to take the blind girl to the pool.
She better than me. I would be like, no, I didn't.
But see, the thing with it was like the fact she called her a bad mother.
I'd be like, you come with me then.
This is your child, isn't it? The fuck?
Right. Like, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You take your child to the damn pool.
Bring your niece, blind Annie, to the pool. We can all relax.
I'm blind, Eddie.
Andy.
Because we went together.
wasn't blind.
Blind Barbara.
I was thinking of the
Blind Cassandra. Like, what you want to name to
What
me?
was the boy? The boy was blind and deaf. Oh, what?
Not Ed Frank, but the other one.
The other one. Yes.
Remember that video we saw at work?
That's what I'm trying to think of. What was her name? What was her fucking name?
Oh shit, I gotta find the video.
They did a book on her.
Ooh, what was the damn name?
She was blind and deaf?
Blind, deaf, and mute.
Oh, she was everything.
She was everything. Like they
Oh my
came up with a
gosh.
whole language by like tapping in her hand.
Helen Keller.
There, that one. Yes.
Hold on. Oh my god.
Oh. The internet.
She in the pool to
The internet don't got no fucking filter.
She in the pool. Ah!
The fact that somebody really sat down and made this video.
Like I still like the one where it's this little girl sitting there holding this cat, and it says held her favorite puppy spot.
What the fuck?
Funniest thing. I'm sorry. I'm going to hell. It's funny.
Anywho,
Anywho.
we're gonna bring the circle right back around. I'm gonna go
Is
ahead
this
and
the
get my.
Bitch, you float now, you over there. Bitch, how she get all the way over there?
I'm gonna burn in hell. Oh my god.
Helen Keller finna get us in our
It's
sleep
okay,
tonight.
I'll bring you some water.
Thank you, friend.
I need some ice.
You gonna come with a Sonic cup?
Please.
There you go.
Please.
This ice might last a minute.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Y'all good?
Okay, back to the fuckery. All right. So for my next up is, am I the asshole for confronting my mom about her friend basically moving in? This is a long ass story, so
Okay.
get your fucking popcorn.
I was finna get my popcorn.
All right.
Where is it?
What that is? Here, just take the popcorn. That's some chewy looking popcorn.
Here's this on there too. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, read your story.
He wants some candy too. Eat the rest.
You supposed to be
He
reading.
all in the mic with it.
All in the mic.
That popcorn good.
That's why you got cavities.
Okay, bitch, you do too.
Mm-mm.
That's why you ain't open your mouth.
Bitch, open yours.
Nah.
Okay.
All right, so
What's the title again?
Here we go.
it says, "Am I the asshole for confronting my mom about her friend basically moving in?"
Nope.
That's a long story. So
Nope.
here it goes.
Cole, why is you here?
Hold on. Get to that. I'm about to get to that. So I moved in with my mom a few months ago to help her financially. We split the rent 50-50, each paying $625, and I paid for the Wi-Fi. Anytime my my parents split up over a year ago, and my mom has had random flings since then. I don't really care about her seeing people. She's an adult. The thing is, in the past few months, it started to annoy me because she will meet a guy online, talk for 1 to 5 days, invite him to our house.
Oh no.
Every time, hold on now.
That's my life.
This one gets a little.
But you don't have kids.
Every time she has a company over, she won't at least give me a heads up. I feel uncomfortable when in the middle of the night I'll walk into the kitchen, usually wearing shorts and a crop top because I'm about to sleep, and see a complete stranger sitting in the living room.
Ooh.
These flings usually last a couple of weeks, and they're with shady guys.
Oh.
For example, a month and a half ago, she met a guy online, invited him over, and he went. And he would stay while my mom's at work.
Oh no.
Sleep here and make food. It felt weird because she only knew him for a total of 2.5 weeks, and 80% of that time he spent at my place. Eventually, he changed his number and ghosted her. The cherry on top, he was married.
Willis type.
Shortly after that, she invited another guy over. But this time, she got blacked out drunk before he got here, and over the course of the night, she fell and hit her head. Me and this guy I had just met had to carry her inside and took care of her for a few hours. She eventually started to scream at me that night, and we had a pretty bad argument, resulting in me sleeping at my brother's.
Well, I would stay there.
The next day, she acted like nothing happened, and when I told her she had company over, she said that she couldn't even remember how the guy looked and laughed. These are just a couple of the stories. The thing is, she moves extremely fast with men she met online, and I've expressed how it makes me uncomfortable. Also, the fact that she doesn't really know these people, and she brings them home, or drinks too much with them. I'm concerned when she goes out because I don't know if she will drink too much and black out. When she's like that, I don't want anything to happen to her. Anyways, her most recent fling, the guy who's currently staying at my place, has literally moved all his belongings inside. I woke up one morning after sleeping in to see some random furniture, a TV, bags, and a box of stuff scattered throughout the house. I checked my phone and my mom texted me saying, quote unquote, my friend is staying over for a bit. Apparently this guy was kicked out of his place and he's staying here in the meantime. I confronted her privately if he was paying her for this, how long they've known each other, and she got upset with me saying it's her business. I have a strong suspicion that they've known each other for 3 weeks max. Am I the asshole for talking to my mom about this guy basically moving in? I don't want my mom to get used again, but still, I feel uncomfortable leaving my room just to get food.
No, you're not the asshole.
I wouldn't even pay my part of the rent anymore. Like, that'd be dead.
And your mom is stupid.
She gonna be on first 48.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did talk about the whole life.
We did.
But
and
that's
your mom
that's a
does
different
sound
kind of
fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
she
fun to hang
sounds
out
fun
with,
to
but
hang
like,
out with.
no,
When
not
she
even
gets
her
blacked
friend.
out drunk,
Not
like
moving people in the damn
Not
house.
moving people in the
You
house.
have a child there,
That's,
She's
that's not
16.
cool.
a female daughter,
And you
and you're
falling and
allowing
hitting your
random
head
men
and
into
shit.
your
wait, I
home.
don't even know how. I think she's.
And she's 16 paying half the rent?
Hold on.
I don't think she said
No,
her
I don't
age.
think she's 16.
She didn't.
But no, I wouldn't be paying half the rent. My mama had random people in here
No.
every night. No.
That's not cool.
Because some people think about it like, that's her home. But at that point, if you're paying half the rent, that's your home too.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's both of their homes, and they should respect each other's space.
So that whole my house, my rules kind of thing just went out the
Okay,
window.
your house, your rent.
I disconnect.
Right.
I disconnect the Wi-Fi.
Like I'm assuming we've all had
I
roommates.
changed the password.
Yeah, straight up.
Everybody here had roommates before. Like,
Unfortunately.
you know right. But,
Technically, not really. Yeah.
but like this whole situation of like, if you're gonna have somebody over, you introduce them and you hang
Let
out
us
for
know.
Right. You hang out for a bit and then they go home and then
That's the magical part right there. They go home.
right. And then once
Shit,
everybody
that is their home. That's their home too now.
You ain't moving in with me after a week.
You better move into your car.
Right. I'm
You better
sorry.
get you a U-Haul.
Real quick, they rent it $19.99 a day.
I know they got Airbnbs over there if you're renting.
Worst case scenario
Over
is just
six-
get you a one of them storage units. It's
Move
gonna be
on.
cold at night, but you get
Get you a little pod.
Yeah, you get a conditioned one. It's like $80 a month.
Or one
Yeah.
of them little barns like your neighbor has. In the back.
In the back.
Mm-hmm.
A tent.
I just
They got bridges.
You're not the asshole, honey.
No, your mom is.
Your mom is the asshole. I'm
Very
sorry to
much so.
say it.
Drunk bitch.
She sounds fun to party with, but no.
Once the bitch start blacking out, it's time for you to go.
You
I
gotta
can't hang
go
out with you
home.
no more.
And not hit your head.
Yeah, but this is like on multiple occasions.
I throw up, and I'm back at it, bitch. I don't
Y'all
black out.
better than me. When I throw up, it's a wrap. I'm done for the night.
I
Just
used
let
to
me take a
conv-
nap. I'll recoup.
No, blackout. Never mind.
I used to could bounce back after I throw up. Not no more.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
See, that was
I'll
too
see how
damn
people
much.
do it.
That was too much.
That was blackout.
Mm-mm.
I can never have y'all in here throw me in the yard. Oh my god!
Anyway.
Jalisa! Don't slap me, bitch.
Anyway. So, alright.
Fucking ass
So,
Put some water on it.
so am I the asshole?
Yep.
That too. For failing students when they missed their midterms because they were sick. I'm going to leave out some details as this involves students and I don't want to lose my job. I, a 47-year-old male who is a high school math teacher and the only male teacher in my grade. I come from a long line of teachers and both of my parents are college professors. My father is the chair of his department. As such, I treat my classes as preparation for college rather than a babysitting service. This means I'm more strict than most other teachers in my school, but I'm much more fair. I'm not going to go into this as its whole... Oh, God. I'm not going to get into this as its whole debate among teachers at my school. Oh, glad you're a math teacher, not an English one.
Football coach.
Everything I expect of the students are clearly spelled out in my syllabus, which is to be signed by the students and their parents. This includes my policy on absenteeism. Basically, students who know they will miss a test ahead of time can do the test a week in advance or no later than 1 day after the scheduled test day. Students who miss a test due to a sudden or unforeseen event like being sick must have a valid excuse and a doctor's or parent's note. I also list the test dates in my syllabus and have never had to change the dates in all of my years teaching. This policy is based on nearby colleges' policies. It is also in place as students who are not prepared for the test frequently claim to be sick. Recently, we had our midterms, which is a major part of their grades. Missing it could drop a student's grade by 1 letter. On the day of the test, several students were out sick, and I got emails from all of their parents. This didn't surprise me, and I had prepared for it since the flu was hitting our school hard. During the day, I overheard students talking about a group of students who were streaming and posting on social media, dumbasses, about how they were enjoying their day at the amusement park while their friends were taking tests. No, I was not trying to listen in or catch students at anything. I was simply standing outside my classroom door, and they were openly talking in the hallway. To make a long...
We just do everything.
To make a long story short, I went on their social media and recorded them. Then, I sent out emails, including my evidence, to their parents notifying them that since these students missed their test and their excuse letters were fraudulent, They were getting zeros on their midterms. For a couple of students, this means they would be failing my class. By the end of the day, this exploded into levels of drama I hadn't anticipated. A couple of the students are favorites of other teachers, and they got on my case to allow the students to take the test. They accused me of being too hard. I'm standing my ground as my policies were clearly stated, and if/when they're in college, their professors will take the same action. Even some of the assistant principals are on my case to be even more lenient. I don't know if I'm being too strict, as no one at this school is on my side.
No,
Am I the
you're
asshole?
holding people accountable, and they basically ratted themselves out.
Y'all got
because-
caught up.
Right.
Right.
Y'all stupid. Y'all shouldn't have posted the shit on social media. Knowing that you
got
got
a test.
you got some snitch assholes at school that's taking this test, and you got them on social media.
Y'all
and
never
you,
heard of private
and
stories?
you putting yourself on there. Those aren't private no more either, because you got snitches in those too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Be mindful who you put in your private story.
That part.
Snitching bitches. But no, you're not.
You're
the
not an
asshole,
asshole. Stand your ground, sir. You're a teacher.
sir. Fuck them kids.
You're not a babysitter.
They'll be back in your class next year.
Exactly.
Yep, that's how you raise entitled brats.
That part.
So when
Who asks for necklaces?
So when they really fuck up in life and nobody
They
can
don't want to
save
give
them,
it back. Give it back, bitch.
Fuck them kids.
All of them.
All of them. Fuck them kids.
he meant that shit.
With my chest.
I heard it.
Fuck them kids.
I hate
I
them.
ain't heard Willis got
fucking-
deep in a minute. He said, "Fuck them kids."
Yeah.
Okay, am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my friend's Uber?
Here we go.
This is short. Last night, me, 21-year-old female, and a group of friends went out to a Halloween party. When we decided to walk, we then decided to walk home to get more drinks before driving to a different party. I offered to drive since I drank the least and could sober up in under 30 minutes. She lying.
Alcohol stays in your system for a while. Boo-boo.
But so you still driving drunk. But when we got home, I ended up falling asleep, and when my friends tried to wake me up to go, I told them to go without me. This morning, I woke up with a Venmo request from my roommate, 21-year-old female, for an Uber. I text her confused on why she tried to charge me when I hadn't taken an Uber last night, and she said that since we were forced to take an Uber because I backed out of my promise to drive them, they all agreed I should pay my half of the Uber. I argued
Girl, please. I didn't
I argued that I was under no obligation to drive them.
Y'all be having life all confused.
They be so entitled. Like,
I argued that I was
That's
under
her friends.
I argued
roommates.
that I was under no obligation to drive them, and they could have ended the night early with me or waited for someone else to sober up. She said that I didn't have to offer to drive in the first place if I wasn't actually going to go, so I should pay. Either way, I don't think it's fair for me to pay for an Uber I never took. Am I the asshole for not paying? Then it says, edit, I had a single White Claw at the party, and then between finishing the drink and getting home, about 45 minutes had passed. Of course, you can't sober up in 30 minutes, but I only had one drink. No, you're not the asshole.
that's like paying for some food you never got.
Right.
Right.
No.
You said you were gonna cook, but we had to go get some McDonald's.
So I'm gonna
anyways,
charge you
'cause
for your portion of the McDonald's because you need to go.
You didn't go. No. Don't be fucking stupid.
Right.
So
Like-
you think that she should pay
Even
for
though she
y'all
wasn't
a
there.
Uber?
Because y'all too
If y'all
drunk.
broke, just say that.
Because y'all too drunk to get back to where you need to go.
You need to borrow $20 from me. Just
Right.
say that.
She wasn't obligated to take y'all no fucking
You
way.
were
She
negative.
Exactly.
She was just
She
being
went negative
nice.
on her Cash App. That's what it was.
You're just
On her
because.
Venmo.
Listen, if you're all out partying and when your DD is like, I'm ready to go,
It's
You
time to
should
go.
you need to go.
Or find a new one.
Wrap it up.
Right. Like, there's
Let's
no.
go.
Wrap it up.
There's. Or you're the responsible adult and you get the fucking Uber.
That's kind of like that night when you left me at that one pool. And
You gotta ride with Daniel.
right, because I knew I wasn't ready to go, and we all live close to each other, and he was ready to go, and I was like, Daniel,
I was definitely not ready to be no DV.
Damn, can you take me home? Shit, neither one of us were, but we would have got there.
Right.
We got there. We still alive.
Hey.
He found a ride. I left.
Right. Your friends are stupid. No, you're not the asshole, and you. Really
You know
should
what?
be
Let me go
friends with
ahead and
them.
request a cash app from Willis real quick.
For what?
$20 for
Okay,
taking
For
that's
missing
cute.
work. You weren't at
That's
work
cute.
when he went to lunch. You paid. You were supposed to go to lunch with him and you didn't go.
Right. I know you was off today, but I was gonna want to go to lunch and have you pay for it, so I'm
Right.
requesting my money now.
Yeah, no.
Like I requested the $800.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he found my Cash App, and I got like a request for like $800,000.
Damn.
And I'm looking at it, and I went,
he said, "What the fuck?"
and then I looked at him, screwed his eyes, went, bitch.
And I'm playing stupid. I was like, "What?"
I don't
Somebody hacked my cash app.
I ain't requested. I mean, but you can send it.
I would have said, child, you must be tired because you put a lot of
Put a
zeros.
lot of zeros.
A lot of zeros in that one. I was like, oh
Shit, I was
no.
reaching. I was trying to see what your pockets had.
Not
This shit would
800,000.
have approved.
I'd have been like, "Ooh, let me get out this truck real quick." I'll
Let
walk
me
by.
out. Let me out. This is my stop.
Gotta go.
Like, the day I have $800,000 just to willingly, here, friend, take this $800,000.
Thank you. Do I have to pay it back?
Bitch, the day we ain't doing this.
Ooh.
We're not. None of us are doing this. We're gonna go do something,
I'm
but it
being
ain't
Well,
this.
we could
I
do
mean,
this.
if I
We
would've
could
had-
still do this. Just living a nice
On a
life.
fucking yacht. Okay.
Yeah, like I plan on doing on the next vacation.
There we go. Exactly. Which we need to
Whenever
talk
we
about that.
take that, we could
to the-
podcast from wherever we go on vacation.
Mhm.
To the crew.
It's gonna be a vlog.
It's gonna have to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be like different clips.
Yeah. Anyway, no, you're not the asshole. Your friends are fucking stupid.
Right.
Very.
Please don't let the
And
jellyfish
you
take
better
over.
not have Venmo that bitch either, because I know you probably left that part out.
Mm-hmm.
Nice ass.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna add that to the other ones that we've already said. Slap the shit out of all of them. Mm-hmm.
All right, last
They
one.
ain't your real friend.
They ain't.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife our son's mental health should be more important to her than her sister's physical health? Last month, my son Will, 17, and my wife's sister Michelle, 22, got into a car accident and had to be hospitalized. Will had some painful but non-life-threatening injuries, broken ribs, leg, and some bruising, but has been deeply traumatized and distressed and mostly guilty because he was driving and Michelle was injured far worse. She had major head, spinal, and chest injuries, clinically died multiple times, and it seemed very unlikely that she would survive for the first 2 or so weeks after the accident. My wife,
damn.
ever since the accident, has been completely focused on Michelle and has barely had any time for Will. When I told her I think Will has PTSD, she spoke to him for an hour and then went back to the hospital and has expected me to handle everything. I don't mind taking care of the house or our other 2 kids, but I feel like I'm out of depth with Will and genuinely need her help and support there, but she's always at the hospital. I haven't told her anything yet, but now that Michelle has finally started to recover and talk clearly and walk, I told my wife that I understand what she's going through, but she needs to spend time helping Will with his mental trauma because it looks like she doesn't care about it from where I'm standing. She got so upset. Hold on. She said Michelle, who's about 20 years younger, is like her first child, but I said Will is actually her first child and needs her more, while Michelle has her own parents to take care of her. Okay, I don't know what the fuck. She accused me of not sympathizing with her and said she can't even go 1 minute without thinking about Michelle and how she won't be able to live independently for months, if not years. But I said that should be her parents' problem while Will should be hers. She started crying and hasn't said anything else. I've been giving her some space ever since, and I'm starting to feel a little guilty. Am I the asshole?
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I feel like she's very empathetic. She's feeling too much for the person that's more injured, but it doesn't.
But you can't say that.
Yeah, but you can't excuse, like, you can't disregard your own child's well-being because of, like, her physical state. You know, like, I understand, like, you just, I don't know, like, does she just feel so bad that it's just like, I'm sorry, I kind of lost like track on how that whole thing happened. So
That's her sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's her sister and her son that was in the car.
Right.
The son was driving. He's not really injured that bad, but he has PTSD. Physically. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
He has PTSD, and she's all broke up. So...
Okay, he had some details. It says Will wasn't at fault for the accident. The other driver was. Nobody blames him, not even Michelle, just himself. He said, I didn't mention it, but I never told my wife to ignore Michelle. I specifically said I know she needs to take care of her, but at the same time, take Will's trauma more seriously. Even if he wasn't injured as badly due to being her actual son, he needs attention despite the situation. Michelle is obviously important to us, but she has her parents and the entire family, parents, multiple siblings, and other relatives there to help her, so my wife doesn't need to take it upon herself to be her primary support system. She's also shaken up but in good spirits and optimistic, so it's not like she needs psychological support. Lots of comments along the lines of what do you expect her to do? Since he's refusing to go to therapy, I need her help so we can make him open up about the accident and then hopefully convince him to go to therapy. My wife has always been better at talking to the kids than me, which is why I need her time and attention.
That's very valid because, like, you got to think about it. Like, suicide is a real thing. And, like, when people go through, like, mental states of, like, PTSD or depression and they feel like it's not like they're at fault for something, like, they really deeply think that.
Right.
And even if you try like convince them to say like it's not your fault, you can't. Like when you think something mentally and that seed is planted in your head, it just sprouts. And I just think that like if she's in high spirits and she's already got a bunch of support, I'm not trying to downplay like her situation, but at the end of the day, that's still your son, and if he's going through that mentally, I think that should be your first line. You should be his first line of support. You know.
I agree. I think that if you really want to be there for your sister, I think that you should somehow make time to do both. Primarily be at home with your kid, of course, and if your sister has other family members that can help her as well, why can't they help?
Right. Well, if she's
it's probably because it was her son driving the car. That's why she feels guilty. That's why she needs to stay with her sister at the hospital or whatever.
I know, but you staying there and like looking over her like 24/7 is not going to make her better quicker.
Right.
I think you can address. You have to address mental health in a timely manner. Mm-hmm. I think because once she's stable, and I understand she needs actual care, but like you just being at her side, like the majority of the time, is not going to make the situation progress for her any quicker. So I think she should be able to try to be less. I feel like it's a little selfish.
But there again, though, like, I mean, she said she died multiple times and they brought her back. Hang on.
I understand that.
But what if this is a mental thing for the mom where she doesn't want her sister, say, God forbid, didn't want her sister to die alone?
That's understandable. I mean, I'm not going to say, like, I'm not saying she's wrong for it, but up until the point where she's stable, that's when you need to, like...
And I'll agree with that statement.
I'm not going to go out on a limb and just say that he's an asshole, but I would say maybe he should think about it from her standpoint of things, because you could be at home tending to our child too, like more than you are.
Yeah, but he said that he's not good at talking with the children the same
he
way.
needs to learn how to talk to his kids.
That is true. That is true. That is a fault of his own.
You can't fully put all the weight on her to handle her sister
She
in the
has
hospital.
her sister and then her child.
But there are some men that are not as emotionally connecting to their children because they're the man and they're just there to be providers. Like children, I know that just sounds so like
asshole.
Well, it sounds so like how Andrew Tate is toxic masculinity. Yeah. But that's how some households really are.
I know.
And to us, it's like we don't like that, but that's how they grew up. So when situations like that happen, and it requires more of an emotional support than like a physical support, he can't provide that because he doesn't know how to emotionally support it because he's so used to letting the wife take care of that.
Right, but at this time, it's more so about him being able to talk to his son at a time that he actually needs somebody to talk to.
Right.
And his mom is not necessarily available right now because she has like 1,000 things going on.
Why can't they take him to a counselor?
He doesn't want to go.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
they
go.
go.
And he was trying to say like can he get some help from his wife to do that? So I don't think you're an asshole. I think it's not really a 50-50 situation, but I feel like you
It's like an
you
Both
need to
sides,
learn
both sides is valid.
right, but you need to learn how to like
Allow
to
your
your
wife
provide-
to deal with
Well,
that and also provide an emotional connection with your child.
right.
Right. I'll agree with you on that. Where like both sides need to.
It's like an 80-20 right now.
I think that one was a deep one.
That was because like I'm sitting here still trying to figure because like you can't.
Like, I get it from
Yeah.
both ends, but I don't know. Listening to it, it's kind of like I get she wants to be there for the sister, and I'm sure she's not like abandoning the son. I'm sure
No.
She
I'm
tries
sure,
to, from what it sounds like, it's like she tries to communicate with him
Right.
and take
but it's
part.
not enough for the dad
Yeah.
because he can't do it. So I don't know.
I feel like she has a lot on her plate right
It's a
now.
question.
A
It's a
lot.
question mark.
That's what I was sitting there thinking too. I'm like, she has a lot on her plate.
Especially if
right
she's
now.
like the older sister and this is literally like her firstborn child. She probably raised her sister
Or
if
helped
she's
raise,
yeah, if she's the firstborn. They did say she's like 20 years older than her.
I feel like he's not an asshole, but he should try to sympathize with her. You know?
A little bit
more.
A little bit more.
A little bit more.
Maybe communicate instead of posting it on Reddit.
Yeah, talk
Yeah.
about it.
But
Don't tweet about it.
But then again, like he said, he's tried to talk to her about it, and
She cried and
yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
clearly she's not okay mentally either.
That's what
Yeah,
I was saying.
If you're not okay mentally, how can you try to talk to somebody else?
Right.
they need family counseling at this point.
Yeah, some like they've just got to swallow that pill and just go and just get professional help. That's what I think.
if you go to somebody and you're asking for help because like you feel like they need to do something about something and they cry,
They can't help either.
bro, they're emotionally expended at that point.
Right.
So you're gonna have to figure out something and stand a leg on your own and make something happen because
You got to learn how to talk to your child.
All of them.
all of them. How old are they?
It didn't.
did.
The first one's 17. The
Oh, so
boy
the
who got
son
into the
said-
accident.
So you
Yeah.
had 17 years to figure out how to talk to your child.
That part.
That, like,
If you don't have an emotional connection with your child at 17, then there's something wrong.
there. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna question your parenting skills,
But I'm questioning your parenting skills.
You've done something wrong. Like,
Hopefully, you're better with the other two.
hopefully.
Yeah. I don't know. I understand. Like, I'm not trying to like beat the situation, but I feel like there are some family structures where like some kids lean towards more towards one parent than the other
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. So like maybe he had more of an emotional connection with his mom and she wasn't available at the time. So when it was time for his dad to step up, he couldn't provide it because he never had that type of a connection
Right.
with him probably. So I think that's where you need to learn how to make that experience turn for the better, because even if you can't be what they're used to,
Mm-hmm.
still be there and try and keep putting in effort. Because
Yeah.
if she's going through all this and, you know what I'm saying, you kind of just on the sidelines, what it seemed like, to try to make things better, like, you got to step outside your comfort zone.
Take a family trip. Don't drive. Take a plane.
Or a boat.
You know,
I
something.
try not to
Without
smile.
4 wheels.
I was like, they got to drive still, though.
They still have to drive.
Or get an Uber
Oh.
and don't make other
Close
people
your
pay
eyes.
for it.
But
And if you find
that
the
was-
necklace, give it back.
But that was Am I the Asshole Part 2. Just real quick before we close out, I want to give a shout out to the folks at Popeyes today. Like, hi, thank y'all for watching. Sorry I was in my lunch mode today whenever y'all gave us a shout out while I was in there, and I'm sorry, but you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate the support. So,
once again, happy Halloween.
Yeah.
For the people that celebrate it, for the ones that don't celebrate it.
enjoy
Okay.
the free candy.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boo. That's all the dead souls booing at you.
But yeah, that wraps up another episode of Triple P and J. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit notification bell
Subscribe.
so you can see when we post new content. And y'all have a great night.
Bye.